untrained eye. A place where the mettle of warriors, the uninitiated, and the forgotten are tested. It is here, within these walls, where your true purpose can be found. As if waking from a dream, you find yourself standing in a massive room. The walls curve outward and away from you, as if racing towards infinite possibilities. Before you is a path that slopes upwards to the top of a stone pyramid. A faint, bluish hue can be seen emanating from it. Your feet seem to move forward on their own. You are unsure of what is at the top, what causes this light, but somehow trust it. A growing confidence building in your gut is telling you that you are meant to be. At the top, a triangular device sits silently on the floor. It appears to be hewn from a strange metal. Briefly, small traces of light sparkle across the surface, akin to an unclouded starlit night. The path stops over the center of the device, and that is where you choose to stand. Suddenly and silently, the device begins to move. The bluish hue of the top begins to fade as all light seems to fade from existence. You find yourself drawn to looking upward as the last remaining light dwindles. Suddenly, a flash! You feel swept off your feet as lights and colors of black, blues, and purples come pouring into the room from a singular point above you. Marvelous images of constellations, galaxies, and planets trail over your skin as the room seems to stretch and bend. Lightning shoots above and within these images as everything lights up, and then another flash. You find yourself on board a mighty vessel. The name, Chosen's Gaze, emerges in your mind as you walk to a nearby viewport. You're in space, among stars never named, planets undominated, and stories untold. But amidst all this majesty, there is one jewel that catches your eye. A massive orb-like coliseum in the distance, shrouded in greenery, circled by winged creatures lazily gliding about. Waterfalls of endless trail head off the edge and seemingly disappear among the stars. It is here your ship is headed. It is here where you begin to hear the footsteps of many moving about, the rising cheers and boasts of others. Welcome! A voice can be heard rising in your mind. Many questions you may have, many doubts may slow your step. But here, all are equal. Join your voice with others, raise them in a mighty chorus, and write your own story of triumph. Welcome to the Infinite Causeway.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back. Why you were chosen. The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling. But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
Well, that's one way to start the stream. Holy crap. All right. Happy Tuesday. God, I have lost complete control over keeping track of what day it is. But yeah, welcome to the stream. And welcome back to OG people and returning people, but also welcome as well to any new people out there, whether it's live or in the VOD. We're going to be going through Destiny 2's final shape and essentially the final showcase for Destiny 2. Now, granted, depending on whatever they reveal in this showcase, it dropped at noon Eastern time, but that wasn't a time that I was going to be able to make. So I was like, I'm gonna at least shoot for getting it done today to be there and like as close to live or pure reaction as possible. But yeah, it looks like it's going to be a lot. Like a lot. Like I think it's yeah, it's just over 3 hours. Like I thought it was just gonna be like an hour. I don't remember how long like Witch Queen was in comparison, because that one felt like they just dropped so much. It makes sense for it being the end. So most of the stream is probably going to be this. One advantage though for it not being live is, though I won't be doing it often and like every 5 minutes or something like that, but be able to like pause and everything will be there instead of like because I think you can pause live stuff, but it's like obviously the live is still happening, but this way we know we don't miss anything. And talking about it more and everything like that, so very 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 much excited to get through this. I hope all of you, anyone who has played Destiny 2 is at the very least excited. It has been a tumultuous journey from the launch of Destiny 2 to where we are here. I would say in full transparency for myself that Destiny 2 kind of exists for me as though it is some of the best gunplay that I have experienced in a lot of games, especially for futuristic superpowers, stuff like that, to where when I was really deep into it, I'd be playing other shooters, looter shooters, and find myself wanting to get back to Destiny. Like that is a sign that you are doing something right. If even when your players are doing or playing something else and they're like, ah, damn, I really want to get back, you know? So I'm very, very curious to see what we'll see here. What all is gonna get covered here. Danny, hi. How are you? Also, I owe you an apology. I realized afterwards that you had redeemed votes for the cosplay game, for the cosplay hunt that's going to be happening next weekend at the comic convention. I believe it was a sub and a gifted, right? So you get 12 votes if you want to put on the board, if you wanted to use them, if you're interested in playing. Essentially, it's every stream except for the 29th, you can use votes either through channel point redemptions, follows, subs, or gifted subs to pick if you have like any favorites from TV shows, any favorites from video games and stuff like that to use to pick. And then I put them on. I got an Excel sheet going, and it's gonna be like my little bingo card. I'm gonna be trying to find these characters while I'm out and about over the weekend. So it's up to you if you wanna use it. Hey, thanks for the raid, Calamity. What's up? Welcome everyone. Welcome. I hope y'all are doing well. I just got done explaining the cosplay hunt that's going on in the stream. Also, did I see we got a little follow in there? Oh, that was the Raiders one. Okay, I just want to make sure. I always feel bad if I miss an alert for anything. But welcome for any of you who haven't been here before. My name is Vagabond5. I'm a variety streamer. I generally dabble in the genres of looter shooters, RPG games, adventure games. I'm like very much addicted to and very much enjoy like the games with a great story across the board, whatever the genre is. So that's kind of where my nose leads me gamer wise. And today we're actually covering the Final Shape showcase for Destiny 2. So if any of you are Destiny fans and you haven't gotten around to seeing it yet, make sure you stick around so you see all of what Bungie has to reveal for us. Oh yeah, you've got plenty of time. There is no rush. But yeah, if I had that right, and if you had one sub and one gifted sub, then just keep in mind you have 12 to use. So you could put 12 names on the board, and I'll list. Excuse me, I'll list some of the ones that we have to kind of give you an idea. We've got Stan Lee, Spider-Man, Lara Croft, Master Chief, Commander Shepard, Joel from The Last of Us, Bee from Bee and Puppy Cat, Mo Doodle, Splinter from TMNT, Yellow from the Pokemon, I think it was the manga, Luffy, Gear 5, Inosuke from Demon Slayer, The Silence from Doctor Who, Johnny Bravo, Arthur, Princess Kita from Atlantis, the newest Ariel, played by was it Halle Bailey or was it Chloe? I feel bad for not remembering. Gandalf, Lord of the Rings, come on, and Jar Jar from Star Wars. So and that's just a few of the genres. And then on the 29th, we're going to be doing a lightning round. So if you have any gender bank characters, any like specialty or unique characters, the examples I've given in previous streams before would be like Deadpool Bob Ross, Pink Darth Vader, and stuff like that. Hold on to those, write those down, put them on your phone and everything so that you can remember, and then make sure you come back here on the 29th at 4 p.m. because that's going to be the last stream before I leave for Dragon Con. It's going to be 4 p.m. Eastern time, so make sure you're back here for that. And then I'm going to tweak things, so whether it'll be like the channel point redemption will be halved or won't cost anything or something like that, to really make sure that it's like a lightning round, so make sure that you can get in those like crazy ones. But for right now, it's it's the characters as is, kind of. It was Haley. Okay, okay. Whew. I was like, I think I had it right. I wanted to say both just to cover my bases. But yeah, so it's been going pretty far. I think, how many did I list? I think we have almost 20. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 19. Yeah, we're one short of 20. And anyways, to redeem your points, there's a channel point redemption. That one's on a cooldown. One of the things that I might do on the 29th is I might take the cooldown off. It depends on like how crazy it gets, because then I want to make sure everybody has a chance on the 29th to get in like their wacky combos. Follows are worth 2 votes, subs are worth 5, gifted subs are worth 7 votes. So I think that this is the last week, so before the lightning round. So you got Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So 3 non-lightning rounds and then the lightning round. So 4 streams left for the cosplay hunt. But yeah, so we started off with what I just showed you all was the cinematic trailer. They released a little teaser one with starting off with Ikora narrating, and then the camera shifts and you find out that she's been talking to Cade 6. Now, I don't know if they're going to reveal in the showcase or not. There's obviously been a lot of speculation and things like that as far as, is Cade 6 going to be back? Is this Cade 6 ghost? Are we in like some sort of afterlife? Are we within the Traveler? It's looking like that's going to be the case. Some people were thinking at first, after the events of what happened in Lightfall, that maybe it was a portal of sense, that the Traveler was more or less being used as like a catalyst for like some type of transportation network. But it looks like it just may have just opened the doorway into the essence of the Traveler. So it'll be very interesting to see. Hopefully they tie up all the loose ends. Hopefully it is a very satisfactory release. It doesn't leave people scratching their heads in a non-fun way, right? Because there's a good way to do it where you're left scratching your heads and you're eager to find out more. And then there's the bad scratching your head, to where it's like you got to go to Reddit to figure out what the heck just happened, or because there's not enough lore and stuff in the game. Do you want to pick a Street Fighter character? Okay. You'll do Kimberly? Great pick. Very good pick. All right. Let's find the video games. I'm going to put SF6 Kimberly. I remember you saying you had started watching it being played. Have you been playing it a lot as well? And if so, is Kimberly your main right now? That's a really good pick. All right, so you got 11 more. So feel free. You can use them now. You can use them throughout the stream. Obviously, the sooner the better. But you have obviously until the final stream on the 29th to get them in. I'm gonna take a post-it and make a reminder to make sure, just in case, if you're not able to find all the ones that you want, I'll make sure that you don't lose out on all of those. I haven't played any myself, but she'd be the character I started with. Okay, nice. Yeah, she seems like she has a really, really fun kit. I haven't played in a very long time. Like, I started with the arcade with that and Mortal Kombat and Virtua Fighter and stuff like that. And then as that's a lot of where my gaming happened. And then as I started to have access to at-home gaming with consoles and everything, starting with the Sega Genesis, for at least like that I had myself to play, then I started branching out into other games. Like you had the Mickey Mouse game, you had Vector Man, you had trying to think what were some other ones that I played. Obviously Sonic the Hedgehog. I'm trying to think of like other ones that sadly didn't make it to today. You had like some of the other Disney games. Obviously, I said Mickey Mouse, but you had the Aladdin game, you had the Lion King game, and some of those it was really crazy too because it would be you or you and your siblings or you and your friends or you and your family, like your parents, and like some of those were like so hard and it was so satisfying to come back to those games and with the knowledge and reaction time as you got older to try and beat them. Like I remember my first one for that was Ocarina of Time. I For the life of me at first like was just like it was so overwhelming. Like that was my first like open world, so to speak, then, especially like back then for what a 3D game could do. I mean, yeah, you had Mario 64, but it was kind of like, isolated in the world, even though it was still like a fantastic game to play. But then Ocarina of Time had start introducing me more to that like RPG aspect, the fantasy aspect, and just that feel of like, oh man, like where do I go next? So for a while, it took me time to get to that, and then I think it was like elementary or middle school was figuring out the format because there was a bunch of other games to play at the same time too. You had GoldenEye, you had, of course, I'm blanking out on so many games. F-Zero. I played a lot of racing games back then. Those sound like so much fun. They were a lot of fun. But yeah, like Water Temple for me was like the longest time. I actually have a funny story about that. My freshman year of high school, I had started to, well, around then I had started to discover that's when like online strategy guides were starting to get a little bit more streamlined. You could go online to like find those, but I was also still learning and understanding like how to operate computers in certain ways. So it was our computer class and we were having like free search or whatever. And so I had gone on to Prima Games or Nintendo Power or something like that and had looked up because I was trying to see what I needed to do to beat the Water Temple. And I didn't have anything to write down with. So I was like, oh, I'll just print this out. Like, why not? And didn't utilize the options for printing as best as I could have without realizing, and ended up printing like over 100 pages of this. Um, it got stopped by like 60 in because I went up and I was like, oh yeah, okay, this is what I need, and then it wasn't stopping, and I was like, uh, and I went into like full panic mode, like the kind of panic to where like not only are you not really thinking straight, like you're barely thinking, you're just freaking out because I was so scared. Like I didn't want to get into trouble, and like the teacher had to step in and like shut it down. I think she made me like throw them all away. I don't think I got any of the pages to keep. I could have. I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah, I was so scared. I felt so bad. That's hilarious. Yeah, I'm very glad I could laugh about it now. Then I was shitting bricks. Let me tell you, like I was so scared. Like I'm thinking like I've always been like the good kid, and definitely back then like I was in my bubble, like a little sheltered like that. That was probably like the worst thing that or like worst thing that I could done. Like I'm gonna get expelled. I'm gonna get detention. They're gonna call my parents. Um, but yeah, it was also like it was a Catholic school too, so you know they can be a little extreme with their punishments. Thankfully, I didn't get in too much trouble. Biggest fear unlocked: breaking the printer. Yeah, like especially if you're talking about like at work or at school, because then it's just like it's like when you burp or something like in an elevator, and you just like it's the kind of thing you try to play off, because as soon as you see that one person just do that kind of like, and then you're immediately just like, what is that? Did you do that? What is going on? Or you forget to silence your phone in class, and then the phone goes off, and you're just kind of like, man, somebody messed up. Like, he's just trying to like throw the accusations, like get the searchlight of justice shifted away from you before the teacher punishes you. Oh my god. But yeah, so that was like the beginnings of the experience. So to like kind of steer my tangent track, pull a Yui and reconnect it back to when I jumped off the rails, because I don't remember how I got on that tangent, which is half the fun of tangents in my opinion. But yeah, so we've got the live stream. The nice thing also too is having this YouTube instead of live is being able to like skip ahead potentially. Like I said in the title, there will also be a gamer poll that I'm going to be doing. So especially if you've ever played Destiny, if you're playing Destiny, I'm going to do it probably about like an hour in. So it's about 4:30, 4:32 now my time. So about like 5:30, 5:40 ish, because I'm thinking like give enough time for us to like see some of the showcase. I mean, for those of you who are interested in participating, I'm just kind of curious to see where everybody's like pulse is at for where they're at everywhere from like you've never stopped playing Destiny all the way down to like, yeah, I think I'm done. Cause like I said, it's been tumultuous, so I understand. And obviously we're, criticisms and discussing it is fine, but what is not okay is being shitty about it. So make sure if there's any of you who are interested in talking about the game, be respectful, because I will shut that shit down. So without further ado, let's make sure that we're all set and prepared. Make sure your legs are all stretched. Make sure you got something to drink. I got my water and I got some green tea. And let me just make sure that it is ready to go. Okay, it's not the right one. Let's do... Let's close that. Ooh. Yeah, let's do that. Just a little behind the scenes stuff. Don't worry. Don't worry. Be happy now. Okay. Let's close that. Okay. We should be ready to go. Let me make sure this is okay. This is the official one. One time when I tried to do this, I don't even know how I did it. It was definitely a V5 tech boomer moment. Like I had loaded it one of the trailers for something like in the wrong language. But yeah, okay. So we should be good now. All right. So let's get in. Let's see what we got to say. I'm gonna be taking notes, making comments at certain times. What's up, PB? How you doing? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're doing well. I'm here to see some of the Destiny 2 stuff. Because if so, you're just in time. All right, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's see what Bungie has for us. This may just be
Isn't this interesting?
preemptive.
Calculated. So did you, Guardian. So protective of your traveler that you wouldn't let me keep it safe.
This is how the campaign for Witch Queen ended.
Is coming. The game is yours to play now. Yours to win or lose. Just don't say I didn't warn you.
No. Where did her ghost go?
Guardian, I just got the message. The Traveler is back in the last city. Is it done? Is Salvathun...
Oh, looks like they might have
She's
messed it
dead.
up. It just changed
But
over
her
to
ghost
English.
got away.
Good enough. Hold your position. The Hidden are coming to secure the remains. Good work, Guardian. You did the right thing.
Now what?
Now, we prepare for the witness and stop the next collapse.
Is that what the female voice sounds like? I don't have any female characters, but that's female character sounds badass.
We have seen enough. The children of soul cry out for salvation. You promise them life, but deliver only death.
So this was the first reveal of the witness. This is about a year ago now.
Enough. Enough death. Enough life. You have no pieces left to place. The game is over. Do not be afraid. Your pale heart holds the key. This time, there is no escape.
I don't know if every release has been on a February, but the last few have been. So the Witch Queen, the last expansion, came out February of last year, or this year. Sorry, right? What is time? And now this was the cutscene to, I believe this was the second to last, third to last season that we had, where it was a question on if the Traveler was going to leave or not, because the Witness's fleet had finally arrived in our solar system, ready to just obliterate all of our forces. They showed up and nothing could stop them.
It's happening again.
The whirlwind.
Baroness.
Don't worry, the great machine will never abandon anyone again.
It's leaving. The Traveler is leaving.
Also, can y'all hear okay?
stats.
Aramis, please do not do this. If you care at all for our people, if there is anything left in your heart, make it known your pain. Anna, it's time.
For Reese. Goodbye, Red.
Anna, look.
And then this revealed the Traveler didn't run, like it had done in the past to other civilizations. At least as far as we know, it was choosing to stand alongside humanity and its allies. It was choosing to fight.
Why? Why does it not flee?
Because it has nowhere else to run.
Oh crap, that's right. Yeah, Witch Queen was 2 years ago. Damn. This shows how much of an impact Lightfall had on me. So Lightfall was the last expansion of this year.
Vanguard to all units. Keep the enemy away from the Traveler. At all cost.
This is just a huge sign of power. Like, if you're never in a rush anywhere, you gotta be careful of villains like that. I remember playing this live on stream and like seeing this part. I was like, what? I'm curious now if the Traveler's Beam, like, if it causes that effect, if it's like essence of the Black Garden, or if when the light of the Traveler meets the darkness of the pyramid ships, if that's what it creates.
What is that? The Witness.
Whatever that thing is, we gotta take it down.
Jeez. I'll never not be blown away by that.
Going down! Multiple casualties out there! We need to pull back! They found the veil.
We're in no position to engage the enemy.
We don't have a choice. We're out of time.
Osiris. Don't die.
And that's a lot of, mostly of what we got for an expansion since February of this year. So the Guardian and Osiris race against Emperor Callus and his Shadow Legion to secure the Veil on Neomuna, located by, I think it was Neptune. The Guardians learn the ways of the Cloud Striders, wield Strand, a new power of the darkness, and bring an end to Callus's reign. Rip to anybody who did it solo legendary, because the Callus fight was not fun.
No more running away. Rest now. The uglier they are, the harder they fall, right?
Oh, I'm sure people were talking trash in the chat. That's one of the Cloud Striders, if y'all couldn't guess.
Finally found you.
Get your ghost.
What's wrong, Osiris?
Get your ghost out of there.
Finality takes shape.
It's creating the link.
At long last.
Destroy it.
Man, if this had been a full-on RPG, this would have been a wild thing, because you could have the continuation of shoot the ghost, don't shoot the ghost.
What just happened?
Also, I hope they explain that, how the
We
witness is just
lost.
able to take over.
Zavala. Come in.
So that was the very end of your part in the campaign, and then this was the last cutscene. This is what we were left with.
The universe makes us all victim and perpetrator. That's infinite cruelty. You, more than any, suffer both fates. Be free.
So Season of the Deep is what just finished. After the Witness's unexpected triumph in Lightfall, the Vanguard searches for the means to pursue the Witness into the portal.
The witness has moved beyond our reach. All attempts to funnel it have failed.
Yeesh. And there's 2 seasons left for the final shape. And they're about 3 months each. So October, and then we lost Lance Reddick, who passed. Rest in peace. Fantastic actor, amazing voice actor, and the spirit of Zavala for, God, what's it been, a decade? More?
난 어둠 속에서 태어난 끔찍한 것들을 봤어. 매 순간 그 미래가 다가와.
Oh my gosh, where are we?
The music. Ready?
The collection, hype up stuff.
시작된 건 내 미래가 아니야. 너의 미래지.
I hope they're showing the Japanese voices because they recognize a lot of people like want that Japanese energy. Damn, she is blown up. I remember seeing her stuff. Like, she just recently started playing Destiny. And was taking everybody through her journey of being like, started at Destiny 1, working all the way into Destiny 2. So that's wild that got to the point to be a part of the compilation and their official showcase. Way to go.
What is he doing there?
No way!
Oh my god, was?
All right, here we go. I am not prepared. I know, different franchise.
Thanks for tuning in, y'all. Like many of you, I've been playing games as long as I can remember. They're a core part of what makes me who I am. I believe there's this deeply rooted, often unstated mission of games to keep adventure alive. In 2014, Bungie set out to start a new adventure. Heroes awakened on a desolate planet.
The trailer for the
Silent
first
gods
Destiny.
set in our sky. And it wouldn't be long before an ancient enemy, shrouded in darkness, showed up at humanity's door to destroy us. Over the years, our heroes would shape a story far greater than anything we could have imagined. Players would explore deep into the depths of Venus, hunting a machine god that controlled time itself. They'd invent ways to combine their mythic weaponry and their paracausal abilities to stand alone against monsters that took others, an entire elite squad. They'd race alongside their friends far into the early morning into halls of an ancient city where only a select few emerged victorious at dawn, clutching the heart of a dragon. But most importantly, they'd bring their friends and their family into this world, and together meet new faces on this adventure who would become lifelong companions. Now, together, we approach the final shape. We're about to embark on the last expedition of Destiny's first saga. So let's be clear about the stakes. In the final shape, you will go inside the Traveler. The journey will be difficult. And what awaits you on the other side of this trek is nothing less than the deadliest entity we have ever faced. There will be no open betas. There aren't going to be any guides on the internet telling you how to handle what's to come. Whether you've been with us from the beginning, joined us somewhere along the road, or are looking at Destiny for the first time, anybody who shows up on launch day is going to be greeted with this same uncharted world. A vacuum-sealed experience begging for you to be the first person.
But I like guides.
So today,
oh, I'm sure there's going to be so many after the first week.
An adventure.
I do like that they want to have it to where no one has an advantage.
After all these years, we never talked about it. Why I brought you back. Why
Oh,
you
I just realized it's like
chosen.
a garden version of the tower that they just came into. The old tower.
The truth is, I didn't know then. It was just a feeling.
Boom. It's really cool to see the jump abilities in the trailer.
But I know now. After all we've seen, all we've lost, this fight might be our last. So I'm asking you one last time to rise.
Ghost looks messed up. That's a cool shot right there. 2:27:24. The heart of the traveler. All right, here we go.
Destiny history. We've been building to this moment for the last 10 years.
The final shape is the conclusion to that journey. This is a moment in gaming that, as a developer, you just don't get very often.
Guardians and allies are fighting the biggest threat that the universe has ever seen in this big culmination of the Light and Darkness saga.
When we were thinking of what the final shape could be, it had to be a lot of different things. It needs to pay off this epic confrontation with the Witness that we've been setting up for years. It has to bring you closer to your allies in the Vanguard. It has to be this place that like makes you feel nostalgic for the entire journey you've been on.
When we were resurrected by ghosts at the very beginning of this story, we didn't know why, but it was for this. The Traveler is asking us for help, and it's our responsibility to protect every living thing in the universe
Cinematics
from what the
director,
Witness
okay.
intends to do.
He's been doing a great job.
When we first start the final shape, we are finally able to go through the portal that the Witness opened in the Traveler at the end of Lightfall.
Inside is the pale heart of the Traveler. That is the stage for our showdown with the Witness.
The Witness has the darkness. It has always had a connection to it. The pale heart of the Traveler is what it's trying to use to gain connection to the light. So with both, it can enact its final shape.
The Witness looks around and sees a lack of purpose, no meaning. It wants to fix all that. So it's trying to put the universe into this frozen perfection where everything's just exactly how it thinks it's supposed to be. That is the final shape.
If we're going to defeat the Witness, it's going to take everyone. Failure is not an option.
We're gonna need the Vanguard, all of our allies, and all the Guardians to rally together and be brave in the face of oblivion.
In the final shape, we're going to answer questions at the grandest scale. But what I find really interesting is that it's also a very personal journey where we deepen our relationships with these characters that we've known for so long. Zavala, Ikora, our ghost, get to reconnect with Cade 6. So, like, while there's this great conflict and everything going on around us and stakes of just unimaginable heights, it's still at the end a story told around campfires by a bunch of companions who have been fighting together for hundreds of years.
Is that going to be like our hub?
In the final shape,
Pre-alpha
we're going through the
footage.
portal that the witness has opened up to confront it and stop the final shape. Inside the Traveler is this infinite, vast, unknowable, and we're landing on the Pale Heart, which is a fraction of really what is inside the Traveler.
The Pale Heart is weird. It's a little strange, it makes me feel a bit uncomfortable, and it is also just so cool and artistic in the best way.
That is trippy
The
looking.
Witness entered well ahead of any Guardians, and so it's had time to kind of shape what's there. When our Guardian enters, the rest of the Pale Heart starts getting shaped also around what we've experienced.
Okay.
This is the Traveler.
That explains the Traveler.
The world in front of you as it saw.
So it's going to be like our greatest hits.
One of the most memorable locales from Destiny's past is the D1 Tower. It's really a labor of love from the Destiny team. The final shape means so much to everyone who's building it, and I think players are really going to be able to see that.
The Pale Heart is
The
our
speaker's
very
place.
first linear destination that we've ever done. I would love it if players felt that they began their journey in a place of safety and feel it escalate in danger, in surrealness, because there is this beautiful evolution of the space.
They see things that are more and more wrong as they begin to go towards the Witness's monolith. It's kind of this omnipresent, foreboding thing off in the distance.
The weirdest things happen as you get closer to the monolith in the form of reshaping. Kind of like deconstructing things and putting them back together just wrong.
The sense of scale you get out there, like as you're exploring these spaces and you're jumping on these reshaped cuboids of Earth, you feel tiny as a Guardian. You feel alone. You feel like you are not the force to be reckoned with that you have been. You're not the God Slayer right now. You're just this little person jumping from these massive pieces to massive pieces.
One of the things that we really tried to also capture is that the Witness keeps throwing everything it has at you. And so you're going to fight these new enemies, the Subjugators.
New enemies?
Subjugators are the new unit you're going to be facing in the final shape. They have an enhanced power set. They're performing stasis powers and strand powers to face the Guardian, while in support of all the other enemies you're fighting too.
They bring something entirely new to the battlefield, which is kind of this element of control.
They're back there pinging away with stasis abilities, throwing crystals at you, freezing you in place, tangling you up.
We're focusing you on the campaign and only the campaign. It's the most important thing in the universe at that moment. You have to stop the final shape from happening.
And for that, we do need the help with our allies. And so we're going to make sure that the core Vanguard team gets back together. Zavala and Ikora and Cade.
The campaign is just the start of the Pale Heart. After you've reached the monolith and finished the campaign, we open up the entire destination. And so the entire Pale Heart is going to react to you and what you are doing.
Jeez.
The campaign in the final shape doesn't really end with the final mission. The raids are where you defeat like the big bosses. So it's only natural that when you are going to confront the Witness, you're going to do that in the raid.
So one thing that I can't help but think though is less cynical and just more musing is I wonder if from what we've seen so far, granted it's pre-alpha, so it probably got cleaned up, is if it allowed them to go a little lighter on the graphics and everything, like, oh, you know, doing cubes and pieces of things instead of whole things. So instead of having to design, like, the imagery will probably be insane, but you can like squeak by in some places because you're setting us up to see this world that is unfinished, so you can design or not design in an unfinished way, if that makes sense.
But that might not be enough. This is a moment where we need to rally all Guardians to be able to overcome the final shape and the witness.
Harnessing the light.
In the final shape, we are inside the Traveler, very close to this energy. This allows us to have new supers, Arc, Solar, Void.
We want to create something that turns you into an offensive
Hey, I don't think I've
powerhouse,
seen him before.
but also can benefit your allies in the support.
Yeah, get a brother in there.
This thread of team play and like working with your friends to overcome the odds. The Warlock Super is this ultimate expression of solar energy coursing through your Guardian. This Solar Warlock Super is a callback to Radiance from D1.
Other than Golden Gun, this is the only other first-person super in Destiny right now. Your melee's like all these projectiles going off,
Dang.
doubling the amount of projectiles. Your grenade almost being sentient as it searches around, and then it hits a character, bounces off, and goes to another one. And you're so overflowing with this energy that you are also giving it to your allies, allowing them to have their solar weapons supercharged, applying Scorch when they're shooting.
The new Solar Warlock aspect, when I cast my Rift, it is going to create this little solar soul that when it sees an enemy, it launches part of itself out and hits the enemy and explodes and scorches them.
It just feels very alive.
Okay. Now we've got
Twilight
a soul for
Arsenal.
each type.
It's a layered super.
At least
This
the
is
original.
only ranged one-off offensive super for Titans in the game. The Titan jumps up into the air, summons this giant void axe, throws it, summons another one, throws it.
Finally!
Looks at a different group of enemies, throws it. And when these axes fly through the air, they stick into the ground or an enemy, do their void gravity thing where they suck a bunch of energy and enemies in and then explode. But that doesn't destroy the axe. The axe sticks around and you and your allies can go and pick up that axe and start
That's
wailing on
cool.
enemies with it.
This super is insane to me.
The Void Titan aspect, I press and hold my grenade button to consume my grenade and turn it into the shield. The more damage it takes, the more it charges up.
Be a
and
shockwave.
then I can release that and it creates this blast that deals massive damage.
The Hunter.
Nice,
Arc
nice.
is all about finding the shortest distance between 2 points. The Hunter kind of rears back, takes this knife and throws it across the world, and then is able to blink to its position, do the slash that just decimates
All right.
anyone nearby.
That's really cool.
Great thing about that is
Somebody's a fan of Naruto.
You do it once, but you're able to do it 3 times, along with devastating attacks each time.
Or I
you
guess
do
Final
it.
Fantasy.
The Hunter has an aspect. We take our staff, we twirl it in the air, which propels us upward. It creates this burst, which amplifies you and any allies near you.
It almost makes it feel like you're playing a fighting game, right? Like these combos that you're chaining together to do these different moves. It like takes that sandbox to the next level.
The more aspects we have, the more capable we are to do that.
It feels like you're like riding the lightning, you know? Like that instantaneous, like...
That was good, but I think it's more like, you know?
All right, I get to where it's like that seemed genuine. Like that's, for me at least, that's the kind of joy I want to see in the
All sorts of
creators.
goodness. We've got exotics, we've got legendaries, we've got perks. We're always cooking up stuff. We're always playing with stuff that we think is like really interesting or taking inspiration. We have Tessellation, which is this exotic
That earring is really
pyramid
cool. Holy
fusion
crap.
rifle. It has the really intriguing property of adapting your Guardian's current damage type.
This will be the first time that you can run a weapon that can adapt to be strand or stasis in the energy slot. So you'll be able to run an entirely strand or entirely stasis loadout. Tessellation has the additional property that you can special reload to reshape your grenade and suck it into the weapon, and then fire out a super destructive single projectile.
Damn.
It's a really special weapon.
What's the one specific exotic that I can make that's like really zany that you would like right now?
What if golden gun was a sniper rifle.
What if you could harness the might of the Traveler? You know, we had a moment where we saw that Traveler beam cutscene. I know people on Weapons went, I kind of want that. You're like, that is incredibly dope.
So we've got this opportunity to bring back these iconic Destiny 1 weapons, but really turn it into something that feels unique in Destiny 2.
We have to bring Kvostov into the fold.
The Red Death exotic pulse rifle.
And Dragon's Breath. Burn the world, burn it all.
Dracarys.
In the final shape, we have new weapon subfamilies coming, broadening what existing weapons can be.
Really, like, bordering on exotic functionality. So, for example, we've got a rocket pistol sidearm subfamily.
A rocket pistol?
Special ammo sidearms.
All right, y'all, we've gone full Borderlands.
Slow-moving rockets. They hit
and I am okay with it.
AoE damage. They have a mixture of regular weapon and rocket launcher.
No,
slots.
you,
We're also
Pompano.
doing a new
No, you.
The support frame
Hope you're
auto
doing
rifle
well.
is a type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies.
Hold on.
I'm really excited.
Did she
to
say it
bring
was
it
an
to
auto rifle?
dungeons
Where'd my
and
mouse
keep
go?
my team alive, honestly.
Hello?
The weapons team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff.
Type of legendary auto rifle. It'll let
Okay.
you switch seamlessly from firing at enemies to healing your allies. I'm really excited to bring it to dungeons and keep my team alive, honestly.
The weapons team is always coming up with new ideas. We've got a ton of new cool stuff coming over the next few years, and some new and really wild ideas, which we're pretty excited about.
Talking about Lara Croft, Pompano? That one's already on the board.
Come on, take a load off. We've got a lot to cover. This place is only big enough for one dashing hero type, and that's me, so... I'm back! Hey, you two, give me a sec. I was magnificent. This is great. Anyone want a hug?
Get your rock off my map.
Worst case scenario, you die. But who knows? Maybe you won't. Well, better get back to it.
In this moment where we're driving to the
Narrative
end of the Light and
director.
Darkness saga, it's great to see Cade like return to this world at this moment with all this change about to culminate with this confrontation with the long-standing enemy, the Witness.
Cade is the quintessential hunter. His presence casts such a long shadow over the story of Destiny, whether it was when he was alive or when he was dead.
What Cade goes through in this journey, how he
That's
serves
some
as a
cool
catalyst for
artwork.
the other characters, the events that are uncovered to have brought him back. This is how the story had
Morgan,
to end.
you-
There was
okay.
no end to the Light and Darkness saga that didn't have Cade here alongside his friends to finish the job.
There we go.
Once we started digging into the nature of the Pale Heart, I think that
I haven't played
crystallized
Prey. You
Cade's
recommend
role
it?
as a guide. Cade is Virgil, and he's our guide through this other place. Cade is the one who is the most appropriate person to be the guide, because that's his job. That's always been his job. It just feels so natural for Nathan to be back in the booth. It felt amazing to just see him slip back into the role, like, without missing a beat.
Right, instantly.
In the flesh, or metal, as it were.
Cade's the glue that's
Nice.
Zavala and Ikora
We get
together.
Fillion
Having
back
him
for the
back
voice.
puts them in a position of questioning where they've been and what they've done without him.
You think about the journey that Zavala's been on and how he's been taken down this dark path, and you think about the weight that's been on Ikora, having to hold the Vanguard together, having Cade's voice of levity and brightness that he brings to that group. I think it's going to be great for them.
Well, at least we have each other.
We want people to take away that sense of reunion and that idea of like the gang being back together for this moment.
I'm here now.
Wherever
Wherever
here
the
is.
hell here is.
Prey is super cool. You highly recommend. All right. I think it's on Game Pass. Unlocking the path. Oh, they have all the characters in this.
Guardian, The witness poses a dire threat. And the Witch Queen holds the answers we seek. But only if we contend with her sister, Zivu Araf.
Oh, God.
It rests with me. Will you come back from this? Do not be afraid.
What?
Bring me your tithes. You now wield hive magic and have entwined it with your light. Assault the Spire Guardian and open the way to our tithes.
Is that we get a hive weapon?
The deck of whispers, and they do whisper. Fight in my name, Guardian. Every opponent you defeat strengthens me. My appetite rises for your brutal tribute. Let us show her what it is to be Hive. You have sounded the horn of battle! You are deserving of the greatest death I can bestow.
Season of the Witch. So the guesses are right. I saw a lot of people saying that's what it was going to be called.
As players, we've been annihilating and breaking Hive spells, and now we finally get to cast them.
At the end of Season of the Deep, we learn that Savathun has the key to getting into the portal that we need to go into. That means we have to go find Imaru, her ghost. Imaru's like, not so fast. We've got a bigger problem first. And that bigger problem's name is Zivu Araf. If we fight her, she only gets stronger. Eris has an idea. It's a really
good
It's
idea.
a wild ass idea, yeah. She determines, like, well, the best way to fight fire is with fire. We are channeling all of that energy that we're creating by going through, by eliminating enemies, and we're tithing to our friend Eris.
Bring me your tithes.
What does that mean for the characters and the player to kind of like be like Savathun? And that's where we went down the path of having Hive Eris. We wanted to extend that magical fantasy into the player then. That ability to have overwhelming magical power, that risk and reward into all of our activities and systems experiences. And so that's what led us to come up with things like Deck of Whispers. It's this magical deck of cards.
I feel like there was always a chance that that was going to be either the end goal of Eris's arc or something that was going to happen from the very moment that she had made the Hive Eyes a part of her being, and just how much her being the lone survivor of her squad and their attempted attack on Crota and his brood and how horribly that went left such a mark on her.
That creates amazing synergies with your buildcraft meta and with buffs and the activities.
They can then choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then that really leans into the build crafting.
Holy crap. That is a lot of cards.
Choose these cards at will, whichever ones they want, and then
6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 49, 52, 55 cards.
that really leans into the build crafting.
You actually are getting cards that you can then use to place on the battlefield and change the way you play.
I'm such a sucker for deck building. Like, being able to like bring that element into Destiny gameplay has just been like, oh, chess
Yeah, oh, it's
really
super fun.
What did that
So
say?
we got two brand new seasonal activities coming with
I'm gonna
Season
wait.
of the Witch. We got
I'm gonna wait. I'm not gonna pause every time.
Savathun Spire is our new 3-player offensive. You're doing a lot more with Lucent Hive magic, but it's got a high amount of combatant density. It's got additional random encounters that you can come across.
The Witch's Spire itself, Savathun Spire, was like her reliquary for all these different magical experiments as she was learning the light. You're there in order to learn as much as you can in order to become a master spellcaster, right? To become like Savathun. The Altar of Summonings, I think, is really exciting because you can spend like 20 minutes in it or you can spend 2 hours in it.
It's a 3-player experience that you can hop in and hop out of. As you're going through this activity, you're filling the tithing bucket. As that tithing bucket is filled up, you'll get progressively more rewards. And then finally at the end, it'll cash out and you'll get a whole mess of rewards.
I do like the
We
rewards.
really wanted to make sure that there was a home for any exotic mission content coming in seasons after the year has passed. And so we developed what we're calling the Exotic Mission Rotator.
Right away, we're getting Presage, Vox Obscura, and Operation Seraph Shield.
This is some of the most fun content the team has making. It's some of the content the fans and players of Destiny love the most. The most exciting thing, outside of just the missions themselves, is that every time we put a mission inside of that rotator, the exotic that comes alongside of it will become craftable.
Yep, you can craft the exotic. That added customization is nice.
With Season of the Witch, we have a brand new Vex lo-fi PvP map coming. It's really exciting. It's got a bunch of really tight gameplay experiences. We wanted to make sure that we focus the combat a little bit more. With the new Vex network map, we really wanted to make sure we hit is like, hey, you're shoulder to shoulder more often. There's not as much deep sight lines that you're interacting with. And a lot of the flow of the map is actually built around this like kind of central pillar of the Vex network that you're orienting around.
And there's also some modes coming.
That's a cool looking
We've
map.
got a new PvP
I don't
game
PvP
mode
much,
coming
but
that's all about relics. It's about multiple relics, so it's not just one like the Scorch game mode from the past. So we've got the shield coming from Vault of Glass. We've got the spear back from Season of the Risen.
And we got the scythe from Season of the Haunted.
Yeah, so you're going to be reaping Guardians with that thing. It's a lot more tactical gameplay. It's all about running around the map, claiming these relic dispensers, and then grabbing them in order to push for victory.
I will take what I need. The words in my throat are the weapon in my fist.
We were feeling pretty Hyvey this season, obviously. There's something in the air. And so when thinking about, like, what's a good raid reprisal that would really suit this very Hyvey season,
Crota.
there's only one answer.
A lot of people were guessing Crota. Yup.
I have seen what the Hive call a god.
The first raid. Crota's End. D1.
Only a true weapon of the light
Necrochasm.
is wrath.
Or if they're going to talk about that or just let people get excited from seeing it. Everybody bring your Galahorns. Open to all players. Oh, it's going to be the raid. World's first race, September 1st. Interesting. I thought they were saying it was just going to be like in the raid rotator. I wonder if they're going to do anything different. I could see some people getting a little frustrated by that if there isn't going to be an addition. I mean, there has to be. So are they going to do 2 world's first races then? Crota's End for like the classic side, and then world's first for final shape related raid. Wait. Okay, I'm confusing myself. My brain is confusing myself. I'm over here like my brain shifted over into like final shape is gonna be coming out right now. So we got world's first now, and then the raid for final shape in February. Ignore me. Just over here losing my mind.
Heading into the final shape, we really want to rally all Guardians at the end of the Light and Darkness saga. We want to reduce those power barriers as well as catch people up on
Senior
the
product
story
manager
beats
and social
make sure that
systems
they have
lead.
a really great and easy time connecting with other players.
Are you finally going to get that
In
stuff in the
Final
game?
Shape, we're trying to find ways to make power more simple and easy to understand, and also lowering the barrier to entry.
It's going to make it easier for players who have not been able to jump into game easily because they were held back by the challenges in grinding for the power levels that are required by these different activities.
One of the major changes that's going to be happening starting with the final shape is there are going to be a certain number of activities that are going to be power fixed. So it doesn't matter kind of what power level you are.
Oh, hell yeah, Danny. Of course.
There's still going to be tiers of
Very, very, very much so. It is, especially because, you know, you keep seeing that the percentage of gamers, it's like 50-50, you know, men and women as well as non-binary numbers. And it's great that the representation is shifting that way, whether it's through holding accountable the corporate cultures and, you know, the introduction of pronouns in the breakdown of introducing, you know, each individual person in the companies, giving them all a chance to be highlighted as a part, instead of like, yeah, you know, I want you part of the company, but, you know, you stay in the background. It's not perfect, but it's good to see that it's happening, and hopefully it keeps going in that direction, because, you know, that should be the only option, is fighting continuously for that change.
the difficulty that you can do, things that are just meant to be experienced a certain way.
Things like Nightfall strikes that will still have power enabled, and that's where we're really going to focus the whole power climb.
The raids, the contest modes that everybody loves to engage with, that experience is fundamentally going to be staying the same.
I'm excited for this because I think there will be a lot more clarity for players in terms of understanding the relative difficulty of things, where they sit now in the spectrum.
One way that we're trying to do that is making it easier for new players to engage with you. So we're introducing something that we're calling Fire Team Power.
You can actually bring your friends along to play any
What
dungeons
that?
and raids in the game without having to wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest
What
power
armored set was that?
Also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before. And have
Did y'all see that? That gold? What that? What are they wearing? This looks new. This looks kind of new. This looks kind of new. At least the cloak. This might be like one of the season, because it's the Titan mark, like the symbol on the class mark. The Titans have like the little waist cape, which generally means like it's like a Vanguard thing. But yeah, this one looks crazy. I wonder if they also did it in gold so that people would catch that. But also this looks kind of Hy-Vee in the back. But I main Titan, though I do play Warlock and Hunter a lot more since Witch Queen. 2 years back, I am very much behind in the armor and cosmetics that the two classes have, so it's entirely possible that they've been out for a while and I've just missed it. But this gold armor definitely stands out. It like gives me Callus vibes, but it's the chitin of the Hive. Kind of off topic, but your job just came out with a pronoun spot in their tags and how corporate will address you too. That is freaking phenomenal. That is so good. I'm happy for you that you're somewhere where they are taking the right steps in that direction.
wait them to be at a certain power level. The person with the highest power in your fire team is actually going to bring all the others close to their power level, which means that there's no barriers really for any of other Guardian to join you in
2,000?
this high-level content.
When it's combined with Fireteam Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fireteam Finder is the new feature that's coming in season 23.
So hopefully make
aimed at
matchmaking
helping
less
connect
painful.
And find other people to complete the best and most aspirational.
Visuals not final. So we got raids, dungeons, seasonal, Vanguard, Crucible, Gambit, campaign, other. Let's see. Let's go back real quick. What was the other thing?
The contest modes that everybody loves to engage with. That experience is fundamental.
In Destiny, we have a tag system.
Finder, it also allows you to find strangers, people you've never played with before, and have that same experience. That's all regardless of the power level of you and the rest of the people in your fire team.
Fireteam Finder is the new feature that's coming in season 23, aimed at helping.
Guardian Oath. As Guardians, the power to create and foster a positive environment lies within each and every one of us. I agree to uphold these tenets.
Connect and find other people to complete the best and most aspirational.
Is there a
content
fast
in
hotkey?
Destiny. We have a
Forwards, backwards? Do y'all know? Anybody want
well,
to educate
This
me?
is my play style. I'm really chill. I'm anti-sweat. I'm just really here to have a good time. Exactly.
Tags really allows players to show a little bit more personality, show a little bit more about what they're about. I think what's really great about it is
That's cool. And it's good that they put in the work to make it varied like
As an
that.
example, one of the inclusion tags that we have are for colorblind players. Hopefully the inclusion tags will bring players closer to finding
Look at
the
that.
community and
Accessibility.
even closer to the people that they're playing with. So once a listing goes live, players will be put into a listing lobby where players can gather, they can communicate with each other. So we wanted to make it as convenient and as easy as possible for players to not just sit and stare at a screen for a long time while their listing actually fills up.
As a gamer,
That's giving me Halo vibes. Like the old lobbies of like Halo 2, Halo 3, when you would pop in and a lot of times you would end up making game friends, whether just within Halo or outside Halo. People just like playing the same games, especially because I think it was in 3 they introduced where you could vote to stay in a squad and be like, yeah, this is fun. Y'all want to squad up? And then be like, yeah, let's squad up. And then you just like, instead of getting randomized thrown in, then now you're playing a bunch of other people and then it turns into like you send each other friend requests. Like those are like very good, at least in my opinion, natural ways to foster community because it's on the company first to provide the tools, right? It's their creation. If they don't provide the tools, then there's no bedrock for your players to build off of. But if they provide the tools and then make it easy to access and to use those tools or explain how those tools are used, those things can go a long way, especially when you have long-running games like this. We're talking about like a decade of Destiny right now. And like that can be very daunting to new players or even returning players with how much has changed. So having stuff like that, like it's both a long time coming. I wish that this had been a priority and something that Bungie had made a focus earlier on that would have helped smooth out some of the rough edges with how much of a pain the game has been in the past. But it's good to see that they're not only doing it now, if there's going to be a Destiny 3, hopefully it continues into that, but that it looks like they've put thought into it and it's not just the like, yeah, here, you can go play with each other. Shut up. Stop bringing this up.
who's typically more solo. I'm especially excited about this because it really is about helping reduce that anxiety and burden that comes with trying to make a new connection.
Golgoroth. Right?
The feature coming out today that I'm incredibly excited about is Timeline Reflections. Essentially what we have done is we went back to previous expansions and pulled out missions that we felt really represent key narrative beats within our story. We are going to have a mission for Forsaken, mission for Beyond Light, as well
Okay,
as
so we
mission
can't
for
fully
Eternity.
redo all the campaigns.
The neat thing about these missions is they're not going to be like one-to-one for how you would experience them in the campaign. You're also going to get additional pieces of narrative fed to you to like identify like, hey, this is why it's important that this happened, and here are the people you met along the way.
A really big one that's really timely for Final Shape is Cade's last stand from Forsaken.
What about the loot, though? Because your boy likes the loot.
This is a moment that a lot of players, new and old, are going to come back to Destiny. I think this is just the right time to introduce features that are going to allow those players to jump right in and find people to play with and enjoy this content regardless of their power level.
All right, so in about
We're reaching the end of this 10-year journey.
15, 20 minutes, probably at like 6, we're going to do the
And the new
poll.
way we're going to tell stories moving forward.
What's really important about episodes is that it's a really big shakeup to what we've been doing. Instead of providing 4 seasons a year, you are going to get 3 larger episodes. And so the first 3 episodes in this coming year are called Echoes, Revenant, and Heresy. It's coming right after the Final Shape. And the theme for the year is going to be all about the consequences and aftermath of the Final Shape. I think what's really the cornerstone of the episode model that we're building is the 3-act structure.
Okay. So March to June, excuse me, July to October, November to February. Can I take a picture of this? Thank you.
The acts act as these anchors for us to introduce.
So much info. I'm gonna have to
New
come back to
weapons,
this.
New artifact mods, new activities. There's going to be new missions coming around the core. There'll be new story moments in every
And they're
single one of
each
these
6
packs. We're
weeks.
actually providing more cinematic styled experiences throughout the Final Shape year and the episodes with it than any of the seasons we've ever developed before.
These new stories are actually playable as standalone. Like each episode is something you can experience whether you've been playing Destiny for 10 years or this is your first one.
You're going to be able to basically enjoy them in any order you want to.
I think the opportunity with this big epic moment is that we get to innovate the game. We get to move the game forward.
It's all about change frequently. It's all about deeper story moments. It's all about more weapons, more loot, more often. And it really provides the team with a platform to go much deeper into the themes and fantasies and story of any individual episode as compared to the seasons you know of today.
I'm so excited to see what the narrative team can do with this kind of new platform of storytelling. Episodes provides this awesome foundation for the future of Destiny.
We're moving into the next stage of Destiny 2.
Facts,
I think
Hive, and
some people look at
Scorn.
the Final Shape and they think Destiny 2 is coming to the end. And in many ways, it's the opposite. We're leaning in. We're putting the pedal to the metal. Episodes provide us a new, innovative way for players to engage with Destiny 2 throughout the year.
If it's what they're saying, what I think they're saying, and that they're trimming it down so that they can do more.
A guardian. Devotion, bravery, sacrifice. We know that we were chosen for a reason. By something greater than ourselves.
Guardian. Guardian? Eyes up, Guardian.
Shaped by the fires of each new battle, we are forged and sharpened into what we must become for the fight ahead. We are the final line that halts the second collapse.
All of us. Every Titan. Every Warlock. Every Hunter.
What is it the Guardians say? Devotion inspires bravery.
Bravery inspires sacrifice.
Sacrifice leads to death.
Who said that?
The line between light and dark is so
Very thin.
Let's cross it together.
There are things out in the dark that only the dark can overcome. Trust me.
You've heard the stories of the Traveler's sacrifice, of darkness descending upon humanity.
Our purpose is its
is no escape.
Feels crazy that we're coming to the potential conclusion
It's
to
going to be an
the
exciting
Destiny
year
2
for
saga.
Guardians. We get to make good on a promise that we made way back in 2014. There was classic rock blasting, a fire team racing across our solar system, and at the end, a simple message: become legend. Today, you got a glimpse at how we'll be cementing your legend in this upcoming year. We're going to be heading inside the Traveler, experiencing a destination unlike anything we've ever built before. We'll face the biggest bad we've ever made, and we'll do this all alongside a streamlined progression system, allowing us to easily play with friends in any content in the game. And as the dust settles in the final shape, we're going to continue our legends in Echoes. It's Destiny's first episode in a new phase of storytelling for Guardians, with brand new conflicts born from the resolution of the Light and Darkness saga. These first episodes are just the beginning. But if you're chomping at the bit to see how the Light and Darkness saga is going to kick off the future of Destiny 2, we've got a ton of great content for you to jump into today. Going live after this, we've got Season of the Witch, with a new story, new weapons, new armor, new activities, and new PvP content, all alongside a series of story catch-up missions, allowing any of your friends to jump into the game and get up to speed on what's happening in this world. Then, next week, a brutal reprisal of Crota's End is going to join the ranks of our aspirational content. I can't wait to see you all in the Throne World as we learn more about the final shape and how we can stop it.
Well, damn. So what takes up the rest of this? We're only like a third of the way through.
Do not be afraid. Bring me your tithes.
After all these years, all we've lost, this fight might be
Our last.
So I'm asking you to rise one last time.
What was that blue super though? Oh yeah, I forgot about the pre-orders. Collector's edition reveal.
When we create a collector's edition, we try and recreate items from the universe for players to enjoy outside of the game. So this year we're doing a Destiny 1
Dang.
tower. We really tried to work hard at thinking about 10 years of Destiny and how best to encapsulate that experience.
Even as the game dev who've worked on it since day one, like I think having it be the tower is super exciting for us because it's going to kind of catalog your journey of a player from when you first started playing Destiny all the way to now. The tower, it's kind of like the beacon in which you're a place you can call home.
You get the tower, and then there are actual figures of the Vanguard mentors that accompany that architectural model.
That's cute.
There's a lot of like hidden messages and hidden things.
There's gonna be some fun surprises. We're always trying to push the envelope, and so we've been playing a lot with magnetic locks and sound effects, lights, just sort of make this experience as a whole really special. It's sort of the perfect symbol of Destiny. I'm so excited for it.
Me too.
It looks cool. The only thing that I would say, a little nerdy nitpick, is I wish it was painted. Maybe they left it gray for people to paint it themselves. 2/27/24. Okay, so now it's just the post show. All right, so let's do this, because this will give me an opportunity to get the poll going, and then also search to see if there's anything in the post show worth watching. So let's pull up the poll. Get out of here, YouTube. Get out of here. New poll. All right. I'm going to title this, What's Your Hype Level? So we'll start off at the top with I Never Stopped. So if you've played before and you just like, whenever you started, you ain't never stopped playing Destiny. Then we'll do the second one where maybe it's getting you to come back, returning D2 vet. Then if, you know, you feel like, you know what, I've been burned one too many times with everything, which is totally understandable. We've got I'll Wait and See. We'll put New Light. That's what they call for players who are new to the game. So essentially, place to have it to where, you know, it's either like, this will be my first, you know, installment, or like stepping into Destiny, or it's got me excited to try it out. And then the final one, I've walked away. Where it's just like, you know what, I'm done. Like it doesn't feel the same anymore, or I don't feel like my time or investment has been respected. All valid feelings. And we'll put this one to 10 minutes, give people plenty of time. And then we'll start that poll right meow. All right, so 10 minutes. So, you know, definitely if you're watching and if you've played before, give that a try. I think you should still be able to have access to the poll thing. I'm going to step away for a minute real quick, get myself some more water, run to the bathroom. Make sure to do that yourself as you can. Take this time to get up, stretch, hydrate, and everything. I'm not going to run an ad because I don't want the ad to block people from being able to get access to the poll. But I'll be back in just a few minutes. All right, friends, I am back. Okay, so I still wanted to check. Admittedly, I wasn't expecting to find too much because it did just happen today. So this is what we're gonna do, because there's a chunk, there's a few seconds short of it's been an hour of this, leaving 2 hours and 6 minutes left to this. I'm not planning on, if it was gonna be, if they had dragged it all on for all of what we got just now, like if there was huge chunks of talking about the story and everything like that in there, I would have done that, but I wasn't planning on having it for the whole thing, because like post show could just be like the finer minutia and stuff like that. And for me, it's not in a place right now where I'm just like, oh yeah, like I'm about to have like Destiny be in the part of the variety rotation and stuff like that. Like I might play it some of this season. Like, you know, we'll see. Like I'm part of me is kind of tempted to do I jump into the season to see what is there, and then also so y'all can see what's going on. God, like my vault is probably to the brim right now with just like crap, because I've been gone for a minute. But so what I'm thinking is, so we'll start off, and like I might like click like just to see, kind of start off with what they start talking about, and if it's more of like deep notes kind of stuff, we're just kind of and then maybe we'll do like maybe some of the cinematics for the first season, and then that'll probably be it. Today was going to be just like real low key and chill, probably for the best anyway, because the lady's not feeling well. So I went and checked up on her during the break, just to make sure she didn't need anything or need help with anything. So I'll probably be handling dinner tonight too, just to make sure that she can get as much rest as possible. So I don't want to be away too much, and then also juggling y'all having to wait while I step away to go do something else. So let's head back to the post show. Let's see what they start off with, and then from there we'll gauge what we do next. Sound like a plan? Sound like a plan. I wish I could see when I highlight on the bar, like the little picture-in-picture, to tell me how much time has passed, so I can know like when it starts. Okay.
Thank you so much, Taylor. My name is Pika, and I'm also a content creator and Destiny 2 fan. You can often find Taylor and I playing together in some sort of challenge in-game. I'm beyond honored to be sitting down with everyone here today, so let's do some more introductions.
Thank you, Pika. It's great to have you here. Hi, my name is Cosmo. I'm the lead community role here at Bungie, and my role is supporting our amazing community team and all the great work they
That's
do.
a cool
helping
pyramid
prepare
shirt.
weekly check-ins and sending info out to our players. I'm going to be teaming up with Pika today, and we're going to be asking some of these guys some questions and go over some of the things that we didn't get to cover in the showcase. So, yeah, Dan.
Yeah, thanks. I'm Dan McAuliffe. I'm the general manager for Destiny 2. And that mostly means that I get to support all the amazing talent that makes this game. So thanks for sitting down with us today.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to it.
I'm Joe. I'm the game director on Destiny 2. And actually, while Taylor and Liz were doing the intro, I was hiding behind a pillar for the last 10 seconds. So y'all can like roll back the VOD and see if I did a good job or not.
Awesome. So let's get into some questions.
Yeah.
Y'all can like roll back.
I want to see that now. Yep. Ha! He wasn't lying.
About what we just saw and what's next for the future of Destiny 2. Pika, over to you.
Thank you so much.
Got a lot of weapons on Destiny 2, right? And so why are we excited about the weapons this time? I think the team sort of really looked and said, what's core to Destiny, right? Like what's really important? And we said, hey, Like, Destiny's at its best when you're getting a bunch of new weapons, and those weapons are so exciting that they are making it onto your character right away. They're like changing the way you play. So this is not just exotics, right? It's not just like, I think it was alluded to, like, what if Golden Gun was a sniper rifle? Pretty cool sniper rifle. I think it's also, we talked about these new, weapon subtypes. And so what's a support?
Okay, like this sounds really interesting, but I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I don't really want to watch 2 hours of this. And the fact that I don't have access to the little picture-in-picture thing, is that like a setting that I can turn on? So that I can't, like, see. Dear God, people are already uploading, like, walkthrough the Way of the Witch mission playthrough. Like, damn, people. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking then.
Auto rifle. We've made guns that heal before.
My fingers are doing things that my brain did not say. It was just instinct to just click. Let's do this. Has this been, it's been about 2 hours. I'm gonna end the stream, step away, take care of dinner before it gets too late. Because I'm gonna have to run to the store to grab some ingredients as well. And what'll happen then is if I get back after everything's done, there's still time, I'll get on and play a little bit of Destiny. Otherwise, the next stream will be Thursday, unless I'm able to get in a bonus stream on Wednesday. As always, letting y'all know that, though there are opportunities and though I would love to do stuff like that it's not always gonna be possible. Also, always, as every time that I remembering to remind you all, stream hours and days will be changing next month. So it's probably going to shift into a Monday, Friday, Saturday, as opposed to the current Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So Saturdays won't be changing. Same times. If the times do change, I will be saying so on Twitter and Discord. And the themes won't necessarily be changing either. Like how there's like a cozy, tactical, and then like big game, open world kind of stuff. Three are kind of Friday. The tactical and the open world stuff are kind of a little bit more nebulous than like the cozy of like kind of an idea of what's going to get played. But it'll be back to like Cozy Mondays, which is what it was at before, except for like the last month and a half when it had to switch over to Tuesdays. So it'll be going back to that, and then Fridays and Saturdays. It's probably going to stay at like 3 days a week for now, for the foreseeable future, with just how busy the lady is with like both work and this being the final semester before she gets her master's. Woohoo! All the love and support and uplifting positivity for her in that journey. And but once that big part of her plate is cleaned, as far as how much time that takes up, could eventually play around with, depending on like where things are, where my health is at, what y'all are looking for, like finding like a compromise there in the middle of maybe doing like 4 days, or if it stays at 3 days, maybe longer streams, like maybe like if it say it stayed at Monday, Friday, Saturday, or went back to Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, like maybe the Tuesdays and Thursdays, Monday, Fridays would be as long as like the Saturday, so like 6-hour streams and stuff like that. I think it's also probably good that I stop it here too, because I don't know if y'all noticed, but like there's like hitching going on, and I don't know if it's like the camera. I'm not getting any like negative messages or alerts on the OBS side, so I don't know what the heck's going on there. But yeah, so it's gonna head out here, but I'm glad that we were able to get the cinematic trailer, get the entirety of like the meat of the showcase. I may end up watching offline. Yeah, it like keeps freezing. Maybe I might have to like restart the computer or something. I may end up watching offline like the post show and stuff like that. To see if there's anything else to share. I'll also be posting a link of this in the Discord for any of you that want to watch it, like, you know, on your own, if you have like your own way without, you know, any commentary and stuff like that. It'll be in the promotions and links channel of the Discord. With that being said, though, make sure y'all have access. Let me end this poll. I think has it been 10 minutes? Let's track a time. Oh, nobody had to say. That's totally fine. I still wanted to do it. I got the experience. Nothing lost there. But yeah, let me put out. Where's the thing? Did I lose the chat? We'll just do this then. So there's the link tree. It's got the access. If you aren't already following, definitely it would mean a lot if you did follow, as well as like following to keep up with additional content, especially if you want to, if you've had a vote for any cosplays for the Instagram. It's got the Twitter on there. I don't think Discord's on there yet. But I believe the Discord is in the panel as well. It's got the main YouTube channel. It's got the VOD YouTube channel, which it seems like things have been fixed now in the exporting from Twitch to YouTube. So there may be some holes where there's some dates missing, but overall, that's slowly getting built up. I think there's like 5 in there now, and I'm gonna be trying to get those in there. The turbo's getting a little too expensive to extend the VOD. Like I was already planning on, like, I wasn't going to be able to afford it and like the other subscriptions that I had. But now with Amazon jacking up the price by another $3, like it's almost, I think it is $12, like $11.99 now for turbo. And it was $8.99 before. So huge freaking jump. Which means won't have access to the VODs as long, I think it's 2 weeks for affiliates. I think that's right. I'll have to double check. But either way, both for the sake of like having a cool vault to look back on, see the changes, old stuff, as well as like providing that to all of you so that it's somewhere separate and safe in like a library instead of getting like deleted after a certain amount of time. There's the archive channel for that as well. But yeah, like I said before, I'm going to head out. I'm going to make dinner for the sick one. And if I'm able to get back on, I will. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you all on Thursday. 3 most important things, as always, y'all, for the OGs and for the new people that come from the heart, is that I hope that each and every one of you will be well. I hope that each and every one of you will take care. And above all else, remember that I will see each and every one of you again soon. Everybody out there, have a great rest of the day or night, whether you're watching this live or if you're coming in and catching the VOD. But as always, still a special shout out to the lurkers and the VOD watchers. Thank you so much for the continued support or the new support. And I hope you continue to enjoy your time here in the stream as the community continues to grow. Definitely make sure, if I hadn't already, thanks for the follow, a few days or a few streams back from Outside Gods. And again, thank you, Calamity, for the raid. Probably had to like head out, even if you're not here, still putting that positivity out there. Is there a way? Let's see. I wonder if there's like a way to shout somebody out past, but definitely Calamity, Kalamity. They have a really cool channel. That was one of their first channels that I followed when I just started learning of Twitch and participating in Twitch as a viewer long before I started streaming. They play a lot of fun games. They do battle royales, Apex, Fortnite. I feel like I'm forgetting something. I know there's also been like new and unique games that I wouldn't have known about, like Knockout City and stuff like that. So definitely, if you haven't already, please go check out their channel. The vibes there are immaculate. But yeah, I'm going to head out here, y'all, as best as you can. Please stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy. And I look forward to seeing you all at the very least Thursday afternoon, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. All right, y'all. Adios.